casualty reported by our Northern Regional correspondent, Christopher Amarco, at the time. Let's get an update on exactly what transpired yesterday and what the way forward is. And Christopher Amarco joins us right now. Christopher, hello, good morning.
Good morning, Ellen.
Hope you're doing well.
By the grace of God, I'm good. Yourself and the team?
We're all doing great. We are seeking to unwrap yesterday's fracas, get some better particulars on what exactly was happening yesterday, or what exactly happened yesterday. And to start off with, can you give us a timeline of the main events as the protest unfolded?
Yes, so Ellen, I can say that yesterday the whole issue surrounding the demonstration has to do with the students, but not so happy with how the school management handles their finances and also the development of the school. First of all, they are raising concerns that the school has not seen any development over the past 20 years. What existed within that period till date is what is still there. Nothing has been added to the infrastructure, for instance. You talk about lecture halls, you talk about furniture and other things that students ought to have benefited from. If you go to the entire lecture block, you will not see a single toilet facility where students can easily access. So they have to resort to open defecation and others. And so these are concerns that the students have raised to management. They take levies for these issues, but they don't use the money for those intended purposes, according to the students. And so that called for them to, as it were, petition the education minister to intervene by conducting a forensic audit on the school's finances, because they don't understand why the school is not investing the money into infrastructure and other things. Now, they intended holding a peaceful demonstration, which started very peaceful, apart from the fact that they blocked all the entry points of the school. The demonstration was peaceful. Then along the line, they began burning lorry tires, especially at the school's administration block. And so management of the school, who were not at that particular moment on campus, called in the police to come and ensure security. Now, when the police arrived, that was where the agitations began. The demonstration turned chaotic because the students did not want to see the police. According to them, they were just holding a peaceful demonstration. They were not destroying any school property, so they don't understand why the police should come in with an armored van. So they began pelting stones at the police. And so the police also responded in same measure by firing warning shots of rubber bullets. Later, some live ammunition were also fired as warning shots. Then they also used the water cannon, the hot water, I suppose, to spray around to disperse the crowd. This did not go well with the students, and so they attacked more by pelting more stones at the police. In the end, we saw some students sustaining some gunshot wounds from the rubber bullets, who were rushed to the Tamale Technical University Hospital. Say, from where I stood and videoed from, I saw that some of the stones the students were pelting also hit some police officers. As to whether they were injured or not, I cannot confirm, but because the police immediately, the leadership of the students met them, they had to leave the school campus. So I cannot tell whether or not they were injured, but I can say, as someone who was on the ground, that some of the stones the students were pelting hit some of the police officers, because some of them got down from the armored vehicle and were firing the warning shots.
Right.
Now, in all this, the student leadership were able to calm the students down and appeal to the police to leave the scene, because once the police were still at the scene, obviously the students will continue to agitate them more. And so the police understood the leadership and left the school campus. So later, some calm was restored on the school campus, and there weren't any issues of chaos again. So the school management also, we managed to have an interaction with them,
right.
And the public affairs director of the school indicated that yes, some concerns were raised by the students. Management did not understand them. The students took it upon themselves to register their displeasure. This is a misunderstanding, and they are going to engage the students to ensure that some level of sanity is brought back to the school.
Certainly. Christopher, thank you for that very comprehensive update. Thank you for speaking with us this morning.
Thank you, Ellen.
Christopher Marco is our Northern Regional Correspondent, and he was on grounds yesterday bringing us intel on what exactly was happening and how the protest transitioned from a peaceful one to one that had to involve the police, rubber bullets, and so on and so forth. Let me also welcome into the conversation Alhaji Abdul Ganiwu Inusa. He's the GRASAG president at the Tamale Technical University. Alhaji, good morning.
Good morning, please.
How are you doing this morning?
I'm good. And how are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you for joining us on the program. Let me start off this way and ask this question. What were the main issues that prompted students to protest?
All right. I think thank you so much for this opportunity. I would like to thank your channel listeners. And also, I want to say a very big thanks to all the students of the Tamale Technical University for what happened yesterday. I think what caused the protest yesterday was as a result of management neglect and an alleged misinterpretation of our funds and unjustified fee increment for students. So this was just the major reasons why we came out on the street to ensure that we fight for the interests of the students as far as our education in the university is concerned.
Certainly. Now, can you describe the level of engagement that took place between student leaders and the management before the protest actually was held?
Oh, okay, thank you so much. I think as responsible student leaders, we are always in our own ways tried to engage the management of the university on concerns raised by students. Because in the university here, a lot of things are done. Students feel there is a serious neglect of management on their welfare. And in our part, we also feel like the management of the university don't really care about the development of the university. For that matter, students usually want to see that the fee that they pay to the university, they get it like as in value for money. It should be a reflection of whatever that they pay to the university on the grounds of the university, so that at least it can meet the standards of any other universities that we have in the country.
Certainly. Thank you for that. Let me also say good morning and a warm welcome onto the platform. Osman Abu, Director, Public Affairs, Tamale Technical University. Osman, hello, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Hope you're doing well.
I'm okay.
Doing very well. Thank you for joining us on the program. We're seeking to unravel what exactly happened yesterday when that protest that was organized on your campus escalated from a peaceful one into one that involved police presence. How did the university management become aware of the brewing discontent among students?
Thank you very much for this beautiful opportunity. The students on the 12th of September submitted a petition, their grievances, if you would like to call it that way, to the university management, raising some pertinent issues regarding welfare, etc., etc. That was on Monday. Monday was 15th. The university management invited the leadership of the students to engage with them to see how best they could address their concerns. during the meeting, unfortunately, the meeting was not successful. The students had to leave the meeting.
You said the meeting was not successful. Why was that?
It's inconclusive because the students had to leave the meeting.
Right.
Notwithstanding that, management further a route to them, inviting them to come back for us to address their concern. That was 5 o'clock, which unfortunately the leadership did in that invitation, only for us to witness what happened yesterday, which was very unfortunate, regrettable, and not in terms of PR for the university, doesn't help the university. Yeah, so basically that is what happened.
Right. Now, Mr. Abu, can you clarify the claims of neglect, misappropriation, and mismanagement of funds raised by students?
That is not my responsibility to clarify because they have raised it. The on the clarify it. They have raised their concerns.
Right.
But look, our opinion, you do this. They have that responsibility too. Notwithstanding that, we think that is it is within their right to raise concerns regarding how management treats them. Fair enough. We also have the responsibility to also sit down with them and deal with the issues item by item. You said this, we should not increase school fees.
Right.
In your opinion, why do you think that we should not increase school fees? Is there any institution in this, Ellen, I'm going to ask you this question.
Sure.
That you know of any school that you know of this academic year has not increased fees? If you know of one, you can help me.
I don't know of one. I haven't done my checks, so I can't speak on that matter.
They have that right to say, look, the increment, the percentage increment, let's negotiate it. But to say that management should not increase fees. And at the same time, they are the same people who are requesting for better condition of service. If you want us to up our game, we are going to use resources to up the game. Fair enough. You have concerns. Me, I've been a student. I'm still a student.
Right.
I have concerns with the university management wherever I go. But I also give them the opportunity to deal with them. If you talk of facilities are not in the best of shape, fair enough. Let's sit down. Some of the problems we can solve them in the. Some of the problems we can solve them in the afternoon. Some of the we can solve in the evening. Some of the problems will require external intervention. If you talk of deplorable road network in the university, that the university constructs roads, we need to engage ministries, agencies that will help us to construct those things. So, me, I am a supporter of student activism,
right.
But I also think that students will also give management that opportunity to fix their concerns.
Now, did management anticipate this level of backlash from its decisions prior to the protest? And we've seen some of the visuals. In fact, if you're on Facebook, you can see exactly what transpired yesterday, the burning of tires, students agitating, and then subsequently police presence being involved in what happened.
Management never anticipated that. If we did, we would have done everything to curb it. Nobody wants students to protest because it has to spill over. And as management, we also have the responsibility to protect life and property. And I've said this several times, that if he had not invited the police to manage them, to manage the crowd, the same media houses would have been on management's neck. That why didn't you seek external intervention to manage them? God forbid. We thank God it didn't happen. If somebody had lost their life, by now that would have been a different ballgame altogether. So we had to intervene. We had to call on the police to guide, first of all, to protect the protesters and also protect their lives as well as the property of the university. And I think that is fair for any meaningful management to invite security agencies to protect their students. And let me say this.
Right.
The students are the reason why we are there. The minor the students, I'm not going to be director of public affairs. I'll be somewhere looking for jobs. So they are our topmost priority, and we prioritize them. And they should understand that every institution has its challenges. I'm not saying that TATO is an isolation. Once you identify the concerns, you have the responsibility to give those who are supposed to solve the problems the benefit of the doubt. It takes to the tango. If if you don't want to dance with us, you cannot. You can't dance tango. So I don't have problem. Management doesn't have problem. Them raising their concerns, legitimate.
Right.
Some of them are legitimate concerns, but they must also give us that opportunity to, judge, so that the university will be a better place for all of us.
Certainly. Let me come back to Alhaji Inusa and ask 2 more questions, and then we can wrap up on this particular conversation. Now, do students fear any retaliation or victimization following the events of yesterday, or have tensions cooled down enough for conversations to be had?
All right, thank you so much. I think before I respond to the question, I would wish to speak on some few issues that were raised by the PRO of the university.
Surely.
Yes, I think the PRO knows better because he has been in the university for quite long. These issues culminated in a way that students of the university for years, if I can say, the university started running a lot of programs with some specific structures in the university. Later on, we had our degree programs in the university with same structures. And currently, the university is running postgraduate studies along masters and doctors, PhD, and so they are in different structures. So it means that all these years, the revenue of the university have not been used adequately in the sense that if the student numbers take increases and the infrastructure doesn't move in line with the increment of the student numbers, it means that we from the student domain cannot appreciate what the university really use our funds for. Because the environment will make a change. The hostel facility yesterday, when the protest came, it was nothing to write home about. So we are hoping that Summer Technical University will be equally a better place for teaching and learning to be conducive. So we have engaged management. Severally, we have engaged them. On Monday that we came in for a meeting with them, and they disrespected us at the meeting because we are junior members of the university. But at the meeting, they never gave us the opportunity. They called and in a way dictated whatever they wanted without giving us the opportunity to respond in equal measure. So we thought at that moment, if management of the university cannot withstand to them, it means that we are left to our feet to decide as to other measures we can take to ensure that we get the school back to track in a way that we really want the university to be. And that was the standard we took yesterday. And that was just the first action plan. So on the issue of what we said, when the security back in, we started the demonstration in a very peaceful manner. Because the reason for our demonstration was to ensure that Summer Technical University matches up with any other technical university we have in Ghana. So we're not coming out to destroy any property of the university because we are equally stakeholders, and it is our money that they should use to maintain it in case we destroy the property of the university. We were resisting fee increment not because we don't want the university to be increased, but students of the university want to see value for money. When you pay to the university, you equally expect the development of the university. So there isn't any value for money as far as we are concerned. So the issue was all not about the student election. We came out specifically to protest, to unleash our grievances to the general public, especially to the Minister of Education, to step in to seek aid that a lot of things that are not happening right in the Summer Technical University are given a priority. And that was it.
All right. Alhaji, thank you so much for your thoughts on this particular issue. I'm sure it's still an evolving one, and we'll be in touch again in due course. Let me end the conversation then with Mr. Abu. Your final thoughts on this issue?
I think accountability is very important. The students have that responsibility. We are training them to be responsible people to police systems. That is very good of them, and we appreciate that. But I also appeal to them that they should always give us the benefit of the doubt.
Right.
To further engage. Engagement is the way forward. Violence doesn't solve nothing. Yeah, so let's all continue to judge. And the university is our own university.
Right.
If we ignore it, we have no university in Tamale.
Certainly.
Or Tamale University.
Certainly. Thank you so much for your time this morning. Of course, we keep a keen eye out on what happens, and hopefully we don't have to report on any more disturbances at the university. Osman Mabrik Abu is the Director of Public Affairs at the Tamale Technical University. If it's your birthday today, we're wishing you a happy, happy birthday indeed as we wrap up on messages right about now, and a very happy birthday going out to Mamaga of Hilly's Bridal Closet and Boutique. Let's start from the bottom up, Corey. So let's give a birthday shout out to Mamaga of Hilly's Bridal Closet and Boutique. God bless this new age, and may you continue to live in pleasant places. With love from Anisha. Our next birthday message is going out to Donko Priscilla, NDC TN President, NMTC. Cheers to greatness, greater grace. And this is coming from Justice and Kelvin. Looking very wonderful indeed in that picture. Priscilla, it's your birthday. Have a wonderful, wonderful day indeed. And our final birthday message is going out to Auntie Leviel. Auntie Leviel, we're wishing you a day filled with joy and laughter. It's coming from Priscilla Asabia Asare. Have a fantastic day indeed. But this is where we bid you farewell. It's exactly 10 a.m. And Yunam Haliga taking over with the news updates at 10. My name is Helen Apia Ampa. On behalf of the amazing Sunrise crew, we're wishing you a fantastic Wednesday. Have a wonderful day indeed.